podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view. Me.
My job, I know my job, I know my situation. I want to fight. That's my food. Fight is gonna be very difficult for both of us.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another jam-packed edition of the Boxing Voice Morning Show. And if you don't know, you can use hashtag TBV Podcast, wherever hashtags are used, to stay up to date. Today, we have heavyweight Junior Fa scheduled to be on the show, and we got a couple of other surprises that may or may not happen. As you know, this is show business, but we're here to discuss the comments of Bob Arum. Bob definitely on a media tear yesterday, making some interesting headlines. Yesterday, we reported on the Terrence Crawford and Conor McGregor possible fight, and now we have confirmation that Bob Arum has confirmed that they have now signed the deal to co-promote Jarrell Miller moving forward, along with his original promoters, Dmitriy, Salita, and Cohen. So his comeback fight plans will be worked on this week, but he said that he wants to get him on the biggest card to maximize his exposure. And I have to say, nothing is going to be bigger than we tell you. But Bob mentioned that what Fox did was huge. Bob mentioned, that it was a lot of viewers. But anyway, I'm sure our main man, Mike on Sports, and you can catch him on Mike on Sports on YouTube, right at youtube.com/Mike on Sports, where he can tell you about all those other sports, but he will fill us in on just exactly what sort of coverage Bob Arum was praising Fox for. But first and foremost, you know the number to call in, 142-556-952-41. Press 1, one time, voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation.
Daniel Dibor, I am going to knock you out.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
With the stamp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com. Yo. Good morning. And big ups to everybody out there in TBV universe. Man, we back with another one, man. I'm talking about yesterday was a news-filled day, it seemed like. We had Oscar De La Hoya making headlines. We had Bob Arum making headlines. We had Robert Garcia and Michael Garcia on last night. If you did not catch the episode, go check it out last night on the BoxingVoice.com. We had those guys, man. Big ups to those guys, and thank you for coming on. But yeah, man, Bob signs the big baby to a co-promotional deal, man. We've been waiting on it, been waiting on the news, and finally, man, we got it. But who should Big Baby fight first, and what kind of impact will his first fight make? We'll talk about that and break it down. What's going on, Ness?
What up, Mike? I don't know if you heard the interview with Michael Woods.
Woodsy.
But he did mention some football stuff. If you could fill the listeners in, I'm not as, I don't know the know-hows of that stuff.
What did he mention? I'm sorry, because I didn't watch it.
He mentioned that Fox did tremendous promotion during some football game that just took place, that there was 30 million people watching, and I think that they gave Wilder Fury I could be wrong on this. I know he used the word 30 million people watching. Now, I could be wrong on the amount of time that the segment for Wilder Fury was. I felt like I understood it was a 30-minute segment in the middle of the game, but I think 30 minutes is way too much, so I probably got that wrong. Don't quote
maybe
me.
30 minutes in totality, because I know one thing for sure. Watching that football game this past weekend, they were definitely pumping that Wilder Fury pay-per-view, like every other commercial, like they were talking about it. So I didn't see no special in the middle of a NFL game, but I definitely did see
No,
them.
it sound like he said a college game. Any big time college game just happened. It could have had 30 million
Monday,
people.
okay. Now we getting somewhere. He right too. I think they did do a little something for that college game for Wilder Fury. Now that was Monday night when LSU beat the brakes off motherfucking Clemson. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro, he took a shot at HBO. He was like, "It's tremendous what Fox did." I mean, can you believe it? Where else could you get promotion like that? I mean, you certainly can't do it on Showtime and HBO.
think man, I ain't gonna lie. I did like when HBO was in boxing. I think HBO can come back to boxing and possibly, you know what I'm saying, make a dent. But um, with ESPN, man, we all know it's the worldwide leader in sports. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people go there to watch sports, and Bob is right. You know what I'm saying? Like the way ESPN can promote sports, because we all know that is a sports platform. Like that's mainly what it does. And I know that they have talk shows and debates and things like that, but it's a based on sports. So you put things on ESPN, you should see the effects of that come for Wilder Fury. And I do expect it to do like upwards more than 500,000 buys, in my personal opinion.
Well, he was talking about the promotion that Fox was doing. Now I don't know what exactly ESPN will do or is gonna do, but just to hear the rival promoter happy with the promotion of his competitor for the co-broadcasted fight, it makes me feel good, man. And it lets us know that this is something that could possibly happen together. If this works out well, then why can't we get some Crawford and Earl fights? You know what I mean?
And like I said, man, this past weekend watching that football game, I'm on Fox seeing the Wilder Fury commercial every other time, like every other time out or commercial break. They come out with the Wilder Fury, and dude like, oh man, what a big hard hit. And then the other guy come back behind him. Well, speaking of hard hitting, we got Deontay Wilder in a Fury fight on February 22nd, live on Fox and ESPN. So I think what they're doing for this fight is good. Like I ain't got no complaints. Like this is how you build a pay-per-view. Like you don't wait till the week of and tell people about it. Like you keep putting it in their damn face, and then the Super Bowl is on Fox too. So you're gonna have another 30, 40, 50 million people watching at one time. And hopefully they do that press conference on January 25th that I could have sworn that I seen, but we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, man, like they got a lot more time to capitalize on promotion with all the hoopla going down in Miami, and being that Fox is carrying the Super Bowl. I think it just makes for a perfect situation for Fox to promote the Wilder Fury during the Super Bowl.
Well, let's bring it back to the main topic because the reason I talked about that is because Bob said he was going to try and make sure Big Baby's first fight was somewhere that they can maximize the most amount of exposure. So automatically, I'm assuming the Wilder Fury pay-per-view. Let's scratch that, because we did hear rumors that it wasn't going to be that, but that was before the deal was official. Maybe now that they're official, there's still time, because we do still have 5 weeks. On Saturday will make the beginning of 5 weeks. Mike, who should Big Baby face next, and what card would you like to see him on, and what card do you think realistically he's on?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat with you. I think the Wilder Fury is kind of going to stretch it, and maybe just be a little bit too late for him to get on that kind of card. But if I was them, I'll be looking at a who's coming up that ain't fought. Maybe even a Terrence Crawford card. You know what I'm saying? If he fights in the beginning of like maybe March or April, you know what I'm saying? If you can get Crawford in like around that time, then that'd be a perfect card to put him on. I think that would generate a lot of exposure for him if it's on free TV. And if Crawford fights Conor McGregor, you put him on that card too. But um, I'm trying to think like who's an upcoming fighter that ain't fought. Maybe you put him on. Josh Taylor might fight over in the UK. I don't know. If he fights in America, maybe you put him on a Josh Taylor card. Trying to think, does he have enough cachet to headline his own card right now? This.
I mean, I think they can do it. In Brooklyn, the question is, do they want to do it? Do they want to put him in a small room to test him out? Is now the right time coming off of, this bad publicity? Or is this the right move? Right smack in the face of everyone. Just say, look, we signed him, so what? Because I seen comments saying, man, if this was Eddie, he would have been, ripped apart. And possibly so. But it's not. It's Bob. And honestly, I want a Big Baby back, man. I want to see him fight. I want to know, just how much of his last infraction has to do with his career. I'm hoping that he's still a high output puncher and really doesn't lose anything.
Yeah, man, like Wilder said, man, about time, Big Baby, you know what I'm saying, get back in there and start making a living, you know what I'm saying? We can't hold him to the fire for forever. I would like to see Big Baby maybe fight Oscar Rivas. Oscar Rivas supposed to be signing with Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good fight for him. That's a competitive fight. That's a common opponent with Dillian White, common opponent with Brian Jennings. Who knows? Maybe Brian Jennings will be the fight for him. But I like those two names, you know what I'm saying, come back fight. But I think they might give Oscar Rivas a gimme first and then put him in there, you know what I'm saying, with somebody tough like Big Baby. But I think the Big Baby and Oscar Rivas fight, I think we're probably going to be seeing that fight in 2020 sometime.
I think we most definitely do not get a Rivas and Big Baby fight. I think they both, I seen the reports that you've seen about Rivas possibly signing. Last I spoke to Rivas, he was ranked number 5 with the WBC. If you're Bob, this is a business. Why put your two, hot commodities against each other, especially when one is ranked so highly in the WBC? You need to give Big Baby something else. Something to get him back in the rankings. I'm pretty sure he's been dropped from the top 15 from all 4 sanctioning bodies at this point.
Yeah, he probably is, but we gotta see if they are going to re-rank him and how highly they are going to rank him in. At the same time, I know Oscar Rivas, you know what I'm saying, looking for that title shot, number 5 in the WBC, but you just signed Oscar Rivas, or reports are that you did. Now, I'm of the mindset that ESPN, you know what I'm saying, kind of want to have good fights, and I don't know how you want to put on Big Baby and Oscar Rivas and them not fight each other. I mean, who are they going to fight?
I'm just saying, man, if you just sign 2 guys, you don't put them in, that tough. Like, especially with both guys, they coming off of, layoffs. I'm
not expecting, you know what I'm saying, them to fight right away, but I do expect for the end of this year, and this is just me being, you know what I'm saying, just looking at the roster, I do expect Oscar Rivas and Big Baby to be in the ring with each other by the end of this year. I totally expect that. I mean, if you sign 2 big heavyweights and you're doing business with them, and Fury might be held up for a possible rematch, you know what I'm saying, what else are those guys going to do? They just going to not fight each other? I mean, pretty soon the ESPN gonna be like, why is Rivas and Big Baby not fighting each other?
They just had 2 cab drivers fighting each other, Victor Busball and Chris Vega, on ESPN, and ESPN didn't complain. They got a good fight that we came back and reported on 2 overweight dudes. So believe me, if one of them overweight dudes fought Big Baby and the other dude from Chicago who lost his father fought Rivas, ESPN would be happy. Just my assumption, though.
For the comeback fight, I agree, but down the line, do we think that they'll still be happy?
Down the line, I mean, no, but I'm talking comeback because that's where they're at. They're both at that part of their career right now where they need a comeback. So, I'm not trying to throw him to the wolves.
I feel you. But I don't know. Then, like the comeback fight with Big Baby. Is Carlos Takam still over there working with ESPN them, or is he? I know he's working with
No, he's with Star Boxing.
Star Boxing. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like big. Brian Jennings, then, like, comeback fight, Brian Jennings.
Exactly. That's a good comeback fight for Big Baby. Even for Rivas. Well, Rivas already faced him, so it would be for Big Baby. Now, you got to think, is James Prince going to say, damn, bruh, I'm going to put you in there with my new heavyweight? Maybe not. Because, we friends at this point. Like, let me sell you up the river to someone else. But, maybe a rematch with Rivas because he more your size. But if I throw you in there with Big Baby, do I care about you?
I mean, I think like Al Heyman does. Like, man, he throws his guys in there with tough all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Al Ortiz and Wilder, or Brazil and Wilder, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlo and Harrison. Like he puts his guys in there tough all the time. I think it's not about. It's about giving you the opportunity. And you got to come up with, with the victory. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just put you in a position to, like, be successful. It's up to you to follow through on it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what not Jay Prince, but Bob Arum is doing.
Definitely, man. I like to tack him for Big Baby. He's not a top-ranked guy. It's a good common opponent.
What about Rondell Booker? Did he say he got some big?
He did say he had something big that he couldn't mention. Maybe this was it. Maybe they needed to announce Big Baby first.
Exactly. And they'll definitely bring Rondell back, seeing how he looked against was it Pulev? Yeah, it was Pulev. Pulev didn't even knock him out. So he's a durable opponent. And that'll be a good name. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and say it'll be a great name for Big Baby, but it'll be a good comeback name, seeing as the guy just like fought Pulev on that channel. So yeah, I mean, I think right there Booker might be the perfect name for Big Baby to come back with.
Yeah, I mean, Takam, this other guy, Brian Jennings, those all sound not as difficult, like not too difficult, should I say, but still slightly sexy, right? Appealing, attractive.
Yeah, man. Damn, what is going on? That's so much news that dropped yesterday. It's crazy.
What happened
But
now?
I'm to the Charlo news about, Eddie Hearn and shit. Yeah, man. I want to see Big Baby in the ring. How soon are we going? Do you expect to see Big Baby back in the ring? Do you think he can get back in there? And do they have anything popping for March? You got to see what Top Ring Boxing is. What kind of cards they got going on? Boxing schedule. So February is out the window. That's good out there. Let's see. You're not seeing anything for March. No. ESPN Brentwood.
There's a lot of action happening in March. Michaela Mayer is fighting March 17th. I think they
got a March 14th date too. New York ESPN and ESPN reporters. Nobody on it, but they got a March 14th.
I think there's a March 7th too on hold or something, man.
Yeah, March 7th, but it's Scott Quigg and Adam Kornacki. That's Showtime now.
Nah, Scott Quigg ain't on Showtime.
I mean, that's the Zone and Fox now.
Yeah.
Let me see. ESPN Plus, Zone. They got a March 28th date too. So they got 2 dates in March. A 28th date and a 14th date. Top rank that is. So hopefully we'll be able to see Big Baby back on one of those days. Give him a proper training camp, which is about 8 weeks from today.
I think he's been training. I think we've been hearing rumors for a while now. I think the Wilder fight is still a possibility. He adds a lot of drama. You know, they know they're going to do some good interviews. Can you imagine maybe some commentating, some sidebar commentating, something, a sit down with Kriegel
Is
discussing.
Shakur back on the 14th of March?
He's definitely back in March. I just don't know what date.
Okay, yeah.
And he's in Madison Square, I believe.
Big ups to Lawrence Williams. Shakur versus Mariaga, March 13th, New York. I don't know how he got Mariaga, but
yeah, it is Mariaga. That's who Bob wanted, but I don't know that it's official yet.
all right, but yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, put that baby on that card in Brooklyn or yeah in New York. That'll bring his fans out. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to travel far. He's from New York. Help Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Push the ticket sales up. So yeah, I think that's a perfect day for Big Baby to come back. And I was gonna say that too. Otto Wallin, but they're promoted by the same promoter, so I don't know how likely Salita is gonna put Oda his guys versus each other.
You know, the fact that Oda ain't been back, man, that's the ball dropped right there for Salita. But quick update, very strong possibility we'll be back this evening with another evening show with Steven Espinoza. If not tonight, tomorrow morning, and we'll have to bump somebody off. But in the chat, I do like the Miller versus Derevyanchenko. Miller versus DeWelko. I actually reached out to DeVeco as well, trying to get him on the show, just waiting back. Hellenius as well is confirmed. Should be tomorrow, Thursday at 10 a.m. I need to put that in the calendar. But yeah, you guys said it. Remind me.
Robert Hellenius, man. And we got another heavyweight, Junior Fa, on this morning, right? At
yes,
about
sir.
30 minutes?
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm also working on Gerald Washington. He's in camp with Malik Scott and Lenroy Thomas.
Date?
I don't know. I thought, isn't
Gerald's
he?
going to fight Charles Martin. You're right. He's fighting Charles Martin. I'm thinking about Dominic Brazil. Do he got a date?
Still waiting on Brazil. He ducking me like the sauce, but it's all good.
Maybe he just waiting for like one of the.
I hate when they wait till they got a fucking fight announced, bro. Let's just talk boxing. Let's get your name out there. Let's get your name buzzing. Dominic Brazil said this on, Big Baby being signed to Top Rank. Like, that's how you keep your name buzzing, man. I'm telling you, bro. I was giving it thought yesterday, bro, and I think promoting probably ain't even what I should get into since it's so expensive. You know what I mean? You gotta look at Willie Monroe said, yo, I had to sell tickets to make a $1,500 purse. So that means I gotta get a fighter that can sell tickets so that he can pay his own purse, because I ain't got the money. So I'm thinking, how many of these motherfuckers don't know how to move? You feel me? Like, yo, my son walked in the house the other day and his man got his hands in his hoodie, Mike. Walked straight past the owner of the house, don't even say hello. I'm like, bro, I called my son, told him come to my room. I said, bro, don't be having nobody come in my house bringing shit in here, okay? I've been around the block 10 times before you came off the fucking porch. What he got now, he just got some butt. Nigga, don't I let you smoke in my house? Why you got this nigga hot and shit? You know what I'm saying? What if I think it's a gun or something? You know what I mean? I say all that to say that there's a lot of experience in this game that these fighters don't have. Look at Marlon So Icy. Look at Marlon So Icy coming up for a fight, calls into the show every day, and it took me to tell him, bro, your account on private. You out here talking about all his posts say share this, share it. Can't nobody share it. But that's the little jewels you got to tell him. Just like this little jewel, like, bruh, don't not take interviews because you fucking ain't got no fight. Do interviews. Keep your name buzzing. Why is Eddie popping? Because the camera in his face every day. Every day. Like, it's so many things that they don't know, man. Yo, I'm looking at my girl, Shadeja Green page, and I'm like, I can't never repost nothing for you. You in the gym every day, and don't nobody know shit. How many other Instagram boxers got like 40,000? I'll give you a perfect example. My man from Cincinnati, Did he got kicked out of camp with Javante? What's his name? Montana
you
Love.
talking about
Montana
my
Love.
guy.
Montana Love.
Yeah.
No
Montana
promoter,
Love.
no manager, 40-something thousand on Instagram, TV fights. Why? Because he on Instagram getting it popping, doing little skits as he doing pad work, dressed in sombreros and Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Getting the attention of the promoters, getting the attention of the people. And if you could captivate the people, then they know you might could sell some tickets. So why not put you on our card? But these fighters, bro, your last post October 19th, 2019, what the fuck is you doing? Man, get the fuck off Twitter then. You ain't no fighter. Go back to your day job. Because that's not how you build up. And they don't know. But, you know, like I said, man, that came into my mind yesterday, man. There's a lot of promoters, but how many of these people are getting the right promotion? Again, look at So Icy. How you rank number 50? Nobody don't know you. And it's not a shot at him. I'm just saying that void that's there because it looks like old style publicists, the Kelly Swansons of the world, they don't even want you to be interviewed.
Nope.
So, you know, you reach out to your Kelly Swanson and they're like, nah, we don't want Earl to do nothing right now. You know, and you're like, what? Okay. But yeah, man, that was just my little, Uh-oh,
Yeah,
Marlon
man.
So Icy.
Yeah,
Marlon shaking my head, but you got me back right. Appreciate it. Nah, for sure, bro. And there's so much more you can do. Like I told them. Then I said, yo, week of, get with me. Let's get you on the show. Don't just call in. Let's interview you for real. You feel me? Let's build. And that's what I'm saying. I only love this sport, so I'm willing to build not just, you know, one fighter, but all of them, man. All of them. And that's what these promoters, publicists, you know, the friends, all that need to know. Well, I got somebody working with Dillian White for me.
I'm still shocked, man. That old boy walk in your house and he ain't speak to you. My pop was like, hey, man, who the fuck is this nigga walking to my shit, man?
Not because that's my son.
I know,
you know what I'm saying? My son got to check him. I know I'm the man of the house, and I could do that and then be like that dad that they talk about. But it's my son job. This your house too. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what's going on, especially when I give him the amount of motherfucking
leeway.
Exactly. He got a home. He got his own apartment in the third floor. You ain't never been there because it's all them stats, but he got like his own apartment in the third floor. Nigga, you'll get evicted if you don't start getting the shit together. You know what I'm saying? It's family over anything, for real.
Oh man, but you're right though, man. Promotion and just self-awareness on social media can go a long way. And if you're a boxer, there's no reason your accounts should be on private. Like I click on boxers' account sometimes, like it be private. I'm like, damn, why are y'all shit private? Like, bro, you guys are public figures. You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept that. You gotta embrace that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be having your account on private and shit.
I think that's insane, bro. I mean, I don't get it. But look, it is what it is. I get it too. There's got to be a fine balance because, you know, it can't be all about promotion. It got to be about that gym work. But promotion is what's gonna feed you, man. That's just the bottom line. That's what's going to put the you know, fatten up the wallet, so to speak.
Bums in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Not like bum.
Let me cut out in the back and see if I could get Jericho.
All right, do your thing. Let me see what we're gonna pick up at. James Prince, man, you gotta give James J. Prince some credit, man. He out here really making moves. You know what I'm saying? Got Big Baby a new deal. Supposed to be is trying to sign Tony Yoka over to ESPN too. So big ups.
Yo,
to
which is funny. On the Bob Arum interview yesterday, you know, he's like, "Hey, man, so you was in France?" And he was like, "Nah, nothing to report." And you know, Woody ain't say like, "Yo, but isn't Tony Yoka from France?" Like, and so he said, "Yo, or were you in France on vacation, business?" He's like, "Nah, business." So he's like, "So what do you got to report?" What he's like, "Nothing to report." I'm like, "Damn." You know, you could at least said Tony Yoka's from France so that like you could get the conversation flowing. You know what I mean? He just let it go. I'm like, okay.
Tough negotiations, man. Probably going on. You know what I'm saying? So probably don't really want to give out too much. But I mean, if I know Tony Yoka fights in France a lot, but I think he could possibly be a player in the heavyweight division. He's trained by Virgil Hunter, you know what I'm saying, the legendary trainer of Andre Ward. So we'll see. We'll see if he makes his American debut anytime soon. But back to Big Baby, man. I'm thinking about Oscar Reeves. I'm thinking about Brian Jennings. I'm thinking about those kind of names marking his comeback. But I really don't know if those names like satisfy me. You know, so like I think Oscar Reeves satisfied me more than anybody else. Brian Jennings, I seen him get beat by Oscar Reeves. I know Big Baby been out the ring for a year and a half, possibly even more. You know what I'm saying? Like been almost. No, he probably been out for more than a year because he fought Bogdan Dinu in like January or December of 2018, and then fight all of 2019. So he's been out the ring for a little while. So maybe a guy like Brian Jennings won't be a bad touch up, or a guy like Rodell Booker, you know what I'm saying, just to get the ring rust off of Big Baby. So yeah, man, I like that fight with Rodell, but I'm not like over the moon about it. But I understand that boxing is a business and ring rust is real, and you want your fighter to go out there and get the ring rust off so he can compete at a high level the next time out. So I don't have a problem with Rodell Booker if it happens. And I think like my guy Lawrence Williams in the chat said, I think the Shakur Stevenson card would be the perfect card. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it in NYC. Big Baby's from there. You know what I'm saying? He can possibly bring out a lot more people to the fight. Shakur Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? He's a emerging star on the top rank side. So I think with that combination, and I think that's I know Jay Prince works with Ward and Ward works with Shakur, but I'm pretty sure Shakur and Jay Prince got a good friendship or relationship too. So I don't think that's a stretch about putting Big Baby on that card, and it should do good. I mean, like when you're looking at it from a top rank perspective, like where can we maximize Big Baby, and you can maximize him in his hometown on the Shakur Stevenson card.
Yeah, man. Yo, have you been seeing what sparring partners have already came to Wilder's camp?
Nah, I have not been seeing that. Who's down there?
Nah, I don't know. I'm asking you.
They keeping a lot of stuff close to the glove. This camp, boy. I ain't really seen no posts. I ain't really seen no media down there. Have you? I ain't seen Fox or nothing like that down there, or BT Sports. We know BT carrying the pay-per-view over in England. The price point ain't came out yet, but they are carrying it.
I'm working on Zuldo too. I just don't know what he gonna give us, because after hearing that interview with Bob, there's something definitely going on.
Yeah, man. I don't think Zerto's very, very
Bob
happy
said
over
some
there.
shit like, yo, you know how it is, people get in your ear. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said.
Yeah, that too. But at the same time, I mean, you got to look at Zerto like, I ain't happy, man. Like, I'm supposed to be a star. Like I don't know why Zerto's not bigger than what he is. The guy can fight. He's big as shit. He's tough as shit. And he's a threat to anybody at 168 to 175. I know he's at 175 now, and he's number one in the WBO. So I don't even know how they're talking about Joe Smith and Alvarez for the title, and not Zerto.
Yeah, I mean, I seen something where Zuldo's in an eliminator with Smith, and then the Russian dude, like something with an M, Masaladov or some shit, he's gonna be in an eliminator with someone else. It's like a 4-fight eliminator happening.
175?
Yeah, for the WBO. WBO ordered it already.
I wonder if Anthony Yarde gonna be.
Let me see if I can see it on their Twitter, because I just seen it not too long ago.
That ain't bad, man. I like to see those kind of things, 4-fight, 2-fight eliminators, and the winners, you know what I'm saying, go for the belt. Just depends on how the matchup is gonna be. Because Zerto, who is Zerto fight? He'll fight Joe Smith, and I guess Alvarez will fight the Russian guy. Is that how they're doing it?
Yes. Alvarez is gonna be fighting some Russian. I'm trying to pull up I'm looking at where I seen that, bruh. But my helper definitely confirmed it's a 4-fight tournament. So it's Alvarez and that Russian, and Zuldo and Smith. But I just can't find a source at the moment, man. You know I read millions of things a day.
Okay.
Remember
Yeah,
Junior
Watson, Iron
Fa?
Ball.
Junior Fa in a few minutes. Former sparring partner of Deontay Wilder, Lou DiBella heavyweight. And it's on Boxing Scene. Our good friend Jake Donovan wrote the article. Ramirez, Alvarez, and Salamov versus Valasov, whoever the fuck that is. So no Smith? What happened to Smith? I seen Smith. This must be new. This is from 21st yesterday. Damn. I wonder why Smith ain't get the shot.
No Joe Smith?
No Joe Smith.
Oh,
How they give Alvarez the shot, but not Smith?
Maybe Smith ain't.
And I get it, man. Jesse, you know, Jesse is Jesse, right? That's crazy. Challenger of the top 5. Smith is entertaining the mix at number 5. So he's only at number 5. He can't really command that title shot, but yeah, you see? Jake Donovan is saying that he's number 5, just far enough out of reach to command a title shot, despite false industry whispers that a straightaway fight with Alvarez would be for the vacant. So you see, that's what I heard at first. Like him and Alvarez straight up. And now they've changed it, which is okay, though. Alvarez, Ramirez is still a good fight. And they're saying that Salamov is promoted by Salita. So I guess that's a good fight, man. I'm kind of sad they kept my boy Joe Smith out the mix, though. That don't make any sense. But we got about another 18 minutes before we get our first guest. I think we're going to go ahead and open up these phone lines, get to a couple of callers before we go out to them. Before we go out to Junior Fa, right? Just to clear up some of these lines and get your thoughts. If you haven't put, you know what? I don't even think I made a post for Junior Fa. Shit. Maybe I should do that. But yeah, man, let me get out to sponsors.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We definitely have an Ask Junior Fa post on Patreon, so if you want to ask him a question, you can do that by heading on over to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice and dropping your question in. First come, first served basis. You see, yesterday we had Robert on for about 28 minutes, and that time was up, and we didn't get to answer or ask everyone's question. That being said, we're going out to Boomerang in the New Orleans.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from terrorists.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing. You want to bet?
You bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, good morning. Good morning.
What up, J-Mac?
Hey, not much. Hey, Mike, I heard you. First of all, shout out to Will Keem. Thanks for the hot intro. But I heard you putting things in perspective last night. Him coming on here spitting that false narrative, talking about he got the hottest intro on the show. Right. Nah, but his hot too, and my brother's hot. I like my brothers. But Big Baby Miller. I mean, if he signed, I missed most of the show. I had a call I had to take. Pretty much he signed with Bob, right?
Yeah. He promotional deal. We're just trying to figure out like what opponent and what card Big Baby should come back on. I'm gonna thought that he should probably come back on the March 14th card with Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, I agree. Anything that he need to be put out there soon because he's been on the shelf for a while with his drug scandals. I think he been clear. He already accepted his charges and he moved on from it. I don't think he should.
Cut it.
Going out to Detroit. Don't forget, in a few minutes, we got Junior Fa. I posted the link in the chat. If you want to ask him some questions, click that Patreon link. It'll take you directly to the post.
And be sure.
Murder, mayhem, last words of the stainless. Told you I would kill you, squeeze after I aim it. If you're talking money, then you're speaking my language. Or shut the fuck up and grown folks' conversation.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
What up?
Good morning.
Yo, good morning, man. Happy Wednesday to y'all, brothers. Ah, man, y'all right back at it, man. Y'all dudes don't stop. Big Baby Miller, we was talking about that last night. If Dillian White back, I'm happy to hear Baby Miller finally got signed to somebody. I'm not really too picky on his first fight. I know he's been out the ring for a while, so he needs to get, he needs to get that rust off of him. So, hopefully we can see him on an undercard. Hopefully we can see him on the undercard of this Fury Wilder. I know it's kind of soon, but like you said, I assume that he'd been, training all of this time. So I'm gonna go and get off because I want to hear these interviews before I say anything else. Peace.
Don't forget, if this is right now on YouTube, take 1 second out and go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther and you want to ask one of our guests a question, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be stuck outside in the rain like, oh man, these guys get to ask all the good questions. You send your super chats in, hey, Ness, Mac, ask this. No. Just go over to theboxingvoice.com. You can sign up for Patreon / The Boxing Voice, and you can sign up for as little as $3 a month. Now, if you want to see Border Wars now next month, you don't have to get on that $5 tier. So go ahead and get on that $5 tier, man. Ask a question and see Border Wars next month, man. It's totally worth your $5. Trust me.
We going out to Steve, Chicago, Ringer.
Yeah, hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I don't have much to say here. I'm going to save my energy for the after show. And for all the guys in the chat that say I don't know shit, come to the after show and challenge me. I'll be glad to. I'm out.
Yo, shout out Steve. They got Steve out there like ready to go to war now. A lot of debates going down in them after shows. We going to JT, New Orleans.
What up, JT?
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
What's up? Good morning, y'all. Of course, shout out to TV. With the good shows. Also, shout out to Baby Miller. As people, we all make mistakes. So, I mean, I'm glad I respect him more because he owned up to his mistake. But, I'm just excited to see him come back out there in the heavyweight division. Get some good fights and then get back into the top of the food chain. I would like to still see him fight Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Those two fights that we in the future. But, that's all I got on it. But, I'm just glad to see that he owned up to his mistakes that he made.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code, Norway, shorty want that foreplay.
Oh, Jose, press 1. We're going out to CYP. Talk to me.
See a lot of people like literally upset that Baby Miller's getting another chance, man. I mean, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. I want y'all to keep that energy the next time any of your favorite boxers get popped, because it could be tomorrow. That's how frequently this thing has happened. Get a man his props for saying he made the mistake and saying he want to come back and still stand in straight. Get a man his props because he entertains y'all regardless. His job is to fight. Your job is to watch. You ain't no tester. You ain't got no beard. You ain't got no stethoscope. You ain't no damn doctor. Like, sit back, enjoy the entertainment. And like Steve said, man, the after show, for all y'all who don't know, it's not for the weak hearted, man. It's not for the weak hearted. If you can't hold your stance and be 10 toes down on your opinion, don't come up over there, man. Just stay in the chat. Stay right here. That's for the TBV hardcore who can hold their opinion. And I'll be there to eat to your ass. That's the good part. CYP out.
I'm never use no medicals. I like clean sport.
All right, Jose's ready now. Talk to us, Canada.
Calling card, of course. I'm gonna come in and chime in and teach these bums a thing or two about boxing, man. You know what, Big Baby Miller, man. I don't care if he popped or not. Like, you know what? I'm here to be entertained. You know what? I want to see how good he is, man. I really want to see him in there. So I'm all for him. Getting back in and just making it happen. Just quickly wanted to address yesterday's call that you had or a show that you had about Terrence Crawford against Conor McGregor. That fight will never, ever, ever happen. As you guys can see, Conor McGregor is the biggest draw in all of combat sports right now. Terrence Crawford doesn't bring anything to the table. I know Mike's a huge fan. Terrence Crawford is what he is, but he's not a draw, man. It's just that simple. He just isn't a draw. In the grand scheme of things, he's a nobody. So, why on earth would Conor McGregor, who's one of the smartest athletes in the world, why would he fight Terrence Crawford? So that's just basic thought 101.
Cut it.
Jose, Canada, thank you for calling in. We got about 8 minutes till we get our guests on. Junior Fa. Looks like he lives in Alabama. I think he relocated to maybe Alabama after a couple of training camps and shit. I'm not sure. We will find out. If you want to ask him anything, you already know, head on over to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice and look for the Axe Heavyweight Junior Fa. A question or check right here in our live chat. You can find yourself a link.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño, Dmitriy.
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves and go to work. Tonight, Roy. Let's go to work.
Yo, what up? Good morning, man. Can y'all hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so, hey, man, I'm glad to see Big Baby back, too. He's an entertaining guy. As far as his matchup, I think it would probably be best to put him in with, like, maybe Otto Violin. He had a good fight with Tyson Fury. He's a top-ranked guy. I think he's a top-ranked guy, right? But, being a common opponent with Fury, he put up a good fight. I think it'd be a nice little barometer test, I guess, for him. And I don't think he should get an easy touch on his way back. I believe he deserves a second chance, but he's still fucked up. So I don't think they should give him a light touch-up. He should have to fight his way and earn his way back, to a big fight against AJ or Wilder. But, yeah, that's it, man. I'm going to keep listening to these interviews, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right. We're going out to, looks like Jericho's up, but he woke up late. So now hopefully we can get him on after, man. Stonebone Boxing, talk to me.
Stonebone, what's up, man?
Man, good morning, man. Hey, man, I don't want to hear none of this shit talking about he don't deserve to be fighting back. Who did? Give him WAC. We gave Dillian White WAC after his failed drug test. That wasn't no strong test. That didn't earn him no way back. And now we talking about him fighting another PED cheating Povetkin. So if we forgave Povetkin, we forgave Dillian White after he failed a test that and he still fought. At least Big Baby didn't even get to fight. You know what I mean? He failed this shit before he even fought. So Dillian White went in there dirty and fought. So let's get off of Big Baby back. I see the picture. Is he with Jay Prince now, or is that just a picture?
Nah, he with James Prince.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm with that, man. James Prince is over here with us, man. Team Crawford all day. He'll be out here. He'll probably be out here next week since Shakur back out here in camp. So y'all will be seeing some pictures and some interviews popping up real soon.
Yo, when you talk to him, tell him check his fucking DM. Stop ducking the voice.
Whoa. Whoa. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put that out.
you don't talk to James like
Let's
that,
see
my
what
nigga.
energy that come with.
Yeah, you don't talk. Yeah, nigga might have you touch or something, man. What's going on, man?
Bruh, he got to check his messages, bruh. Can't have me out here sending you messages. Bruh, I've been sending messages since last year.
My nigga, he's 60 or something like that, right? He ain't checking his messages like that.
Damn, he's 60?
Somebody doing for him.
He looking good for to be 60 because...
I mean, I don't know if he exactly 60, but I know he like above 50.
All right, let's see who we got. Trey, what up? Just listening? All right, just listening. I'm going to cut out. It's about that time to get Junior 5, and we be back.
Yeah, man, Junior 5. He is a Lou DiBella promoted heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He fought, I believe, in November of last year. Actually, he fought the guy that we just seen on ESPN Plus, Vargas, the guy who fought Bisbal. So definitely a up and coming heavyweight. I've been hearing about Junior 5 for the last 2, maybe 1.5 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying his career is moving slow, but I would have expected, you know what I'm saying, maybe a little bit faster trajectory, you know what I'm saying, seeing as all the amateur success that he had. He beat Joseph Parker in the amateurs more on more than one occasion, you know what I'm saying? But Junior 5 is he's a good heavyweight, you know what I'm saying, has decent power and good boxing skills. Yeah, I want to see what he has planned for 2020. And how fast does he want to get into like title contention with all the other guys at the heavyweight division? And what path does he want to go down to?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have heavyweight prospect / contender. I don't know. He'll have to answer that himself. We're going to wish you a happy new year. Mr. Junior 5, heavyweight contender, signed to Lou DiBella Entertainment. Happy New Year, Junior 5. How are you? And thank you first and foremost for coming on the program, talking some boxing with us live today. Sorry about that. Can you repeat that one moment? We missed you.
No problem, man. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good morning, Mr. Fobb. My name is Michael Gross. Thank you for joining the show. My first question for you is, what's the outlook for 2020, and have you had any talks with DiBella to see what is next in line for you?
My team's in talks right now. So my manager's talking to Lou, and they're trying to team up just to plan something for the end of March right now. We don't have any definite routes that we want to go through because the division right now is very, very good, and there's multiple paths that you can go through. And so that's for my team to basically plan out right now. And what I'm basically doing is just keeping myself fit, and then just making sure I stay ready.
Do you have any opponent in mind, or anybody that like you're looking at like, man, I would love to fight that guy? I see you fought the guy Vargas, who was coming off a victory this past weekend over Victor Bisbal. So that victory right there over Vargas is looking better and better.
Yeah. Do I have anyone in mind? Not really, man. My eyes are always at the top. But someone I do want to get my hands on is possibly a match with Joseph Parker, just because he is in my hometown as well. But we do have different promoters, so I think that can cause a little bit of an upset. But I think I think a fight with him will be pretty decent, and I think it'll be a pretty easy fight to match up. Apart from that, I'm just looking at increasing my record the best way that I can.
Do you think Joseph Parker wants to fight you, seeing as all the success that you had against him in the amateurs?
Yeah, I think he does. You know, Parker's proven to basically just be a fighter's fighter. You know, he doesn't he doesn't duck or dodge anyone. And I feel like a match with him will definitely be pleasing to him, I think. And then, like, you know, I think me and him can basically settle our score in the pro ranks. So, yeah, man, I think it'll be a fight to basically look forward to.
Now, Mr. Fa, why do you prefer to have a, I guess, domestic level fight when you can fight someone that isn't from your hometown? Like, why do you want to have that right now versus when both of you guys maybe have titles?
Well, like, I didn't say that I want to, like, right now. I just say that that's basically like a match that I think will be quite easy to make, you know. And plus, it's very pleasing to the crowds too. You know, I think it'll be pleasing for the fans back at home, because back at home in Auckland, New Zealand, it's not really a boxing country. So if we can make boxing big over there, then I think we'll get some boxing fans, which would be great for the sport in our country, because our country is just overrun by the rugby players and by the cricket players and by the netball players as well. So I think it's just a great way to basically grow the sport there. But in terms of facing someone right now, like, you know, I don't have to face him right now. It's just someone I think that'll be easy to basically make happen, you know. But in terms of fighting someone right now, man, I'm just keen to fight whoever. I basically told my team that I'm keen, that I'm very keen for a step up. So, you know, they're basically looking into that.
Can you give us your backstory? Like, what brought you into boxing?
So what brought me into boxing was basically seeing my father box. So my father wasn't fighting back when I was young, but he was always punching the bag. In the garage that we had downstairs, you know, we was always shadow boxing. So that was a sport that I always kind of grew up watching. Was just basically seeing it through him. And he put me in rugby, but I didn't like rugby. And then when I was like at the 14, I asked if I could join boxing. And then he said no until I turned 16. Then he took me to my first gym. And then that's basically where it all started.
And how'd you make that connection with Deontay Wilder? I know you've been, which I hate. I'm there for the last 6 fights, but I've missed you every time you've been there, because, you know, he changes sparring partners throughout the training camp. But how'd you make that connection, and what have you taken away from that experience?
So we made the connection through the same promoter. So when I had my first professional fight, when was it? Back in 2016 to 2017. I basically came over here and I watched one of his sparring matches with the boys here. And then I asked if I could spar as well, but they said no, because, like, you know, I'm not there to spar, you know, I was there to fight. And so I think in the and I think they put me over for the first Tyson Fury camp. And then from there they basically liked me and they keep bringing me over. But just like you said, I always seem to miss you. I think you go over there in the first week of sparring, but I always seem to come with the second week of sparring. And also the things that I took away from it was just his mentality, man. His mentality is just incredible in the ring. The way that he walks in the gym, there's just a total presence about him, which is something I can definitely take away. Just to add a more professionalism in my training. Also, man, like, the power is real, man. They like him, man.
Junior, can you talk into the receiver? Can you talk into the receiver, or if you're on speaker, could you not be? Unfortunately, sorry.
No. So is that better?
Way better.
Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, man. So the things that I've taken away from the camp was just to basically improve my mentality and training. You know, he comes into training looking like he's going into a fight. Whereas I've kind of approached training as more of like a laid back, like, day to day thing. Whereas, he is mentally switched on, which is probably the biggest thing that I've taken away.
Have you been invited back? Excuse me. Have you been invited back for this camp?
Yes. So right now I'm in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I landed here a week ago. Check out the jet lag. We started flying on Monday and Tuesday. Today's our day off, so tomorrow we'll be flying again.
So let me ask you, this might be a bit personal. So you live in where exactly?
New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand. And
I live in Auckland, New Zealand.
And you just have two different phones? Because I noticed right away that you have an Alabama number. I said, oh, wait a minute. I told my car, I said, wait a minute. This guy fell in love with Alabama.
Yeah. So I just got me a local number just, like a week ago. Basically when I landed. Just because I'm going to be here for a month, so I'm going to make sure that I don't use up all the stuff that I have on my connection, because that really, really costs a lot when you're like overseas. So I made sure that I changed phones just to basically make it cheaper. And since I'm in the States most of the times, I think it's a good idea.
So, Mr. Farr, man, can you give us a little update, a little insight how the Bronze Bomber is looking in training, and can you give us a prediction for the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight on February 22nd?
Man, the Bronze Bombers is looking as good as ever. Just the same, basically, man. Like, he always shows up in camp in shape, ready, focused. Yeah, man, he is just looking sharp, very, very sharp. The intensity is there, the focus is there, and my prediction for the fight is definitely a knockout for Deontay Wilder. I think he's going to add up. I think he's going to add to his knockout streak.
So, Junior, I want to ask, what was your prediction for the first fight, and what was your reaction after watching it? Being as though you've shared so many camps, I'm sure you, like most sparring partners, went into it with the same confidence as Deontay Wilder. Then watching what Fury did, what did you take of it, not only as a fight fan, but as a boxer?
Yeah, man, I mean, when I watched it, to be honest, I really thought Deontay Wilder won that easily on the first watch because of basically ring control. I know Tyson Fury's output was very, very high, but I felt like he missed a lot. A lot of the punches were like, tip-tappy punches, which I don't really count. But so for the first fight, I thought Deontay Wilder won, but I do think Tyson Fury showed that he is very much a superior boxer. He comes in with a lot of feints, a lot of angles, a lot of awkwardness. And so watching it for the first time, my reaction when they said it was a draw, I thought Deontay had it easily because of the ring control and the two knockdowns. But that's all in the past. So now I feel like they are basically focused on the things that they could have done better. You definitely see it in this camp that they are very, 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 very focused on the things that they could have done, and they are very much improving. So, yeah, man, I'm very, very looking forward to watching how this fight plays out.
Has Lou DiBella came to you and offer you the prospect of possibly fighting Stephen Big Shot Shaw, seeing as you guys are on the same promotional company and you guys pretty much like the same kind of level, and the winner could go on to bigger and better things?
No, I haven't really heard anything about that, to be completely honest. Yeah, man, Stephen Shaw's a great talent, man. I I personally love watching him box, man. He's very, very tidy. He's a great, great technician, I feel. Very, very technically sound. And in terms of making a fight happen, I haven't really heard anything about that. So, I can't really comment on it. So, yeah, man, I've said nothing about that.
Just to get in a little bit deeper, have you not shared a camp with him at Wilder? Because I know he shares a lot of Wilder camps. I've met him there on a few occasions. Have you ever bumped into Stefan in camp with Wilder?
Yeah, definitely. This will be our third camp together. So right now he's actually here right now. So yeah, man. So I think he was here when I first came in, and then when the second time I came in, he was here, and then now we're basically here together again. So yeah, man. I've seen a lot of him, man. Like, basically what I said before. I've seen him spar so many times, and he is just awesome to watch.
So, I mean, you're going to just see the man spar and not try to get that work, get a little quick feel out, potential opponent in the future, a guy in your division. You don't want a little feel out with the 16 ounces on?
Something like that is something that they basically control over here. So we basically watch each other spar, but we're basically here just to spar Deontay Wilder. Like we can't really spar each other because we're not here to spar each other.
No, they don't want you getting hurt. Yeah, they don't want you getting hurt, when they brought you in for the champ. I totally understand, man. I was just hoping maybe some light spawn just to see how light he is on his feet.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, man. He's a great talent. I wouldn't mind, so yeah, man. So I guess we'll see.
All right.
Outside of Joseph Parker, who do you see possibly as being like your big time fight, possibly like being your fight that puts you in the voices of the boxing masses?
Well, basically anyone, man. Anyone. Like basically most of the prospects that we have now, I basically worked with them through the amateurs. So I have a feel out on what they're like and the things they do well and the things they don't do well.
Kind of like Klitschko, huh?
So basically, yeah, kind of like that, So, yeah, man. So basically, whoever my team puts in front of me, I'm just keen to fight. I don't really say no to the fighters that they put out in front. So I'm basically keen for whoever, whenever.
Junior, man. You seem like too nice of a guy, man. Like, whoever they put in front of me, I'm going to take. You gotta, like, there's nobody out there that you want? Like, somebody like, hey, I want him. Forget what they put in front of me.
Let me ask him a different way, Mike. Let me ask you a different way, Junior. Do you feel that you are better right now than Daniel Dubois?
Then Daniel Dubois? Yeah, man. I think stylistically, I think I got him. He's he is a terrific puncher for a young man. I remember myself when I was his age, I was not built like that. Like, even though I'm a big man myself, yeah, man. Daniel Dubois seems like a great prospect, like a big man in a young boy's age, I guess. He's a young kid, but he's built like a man, and he seems to hit like a man too. So, yeah, man. Stylistically,
so
I think
the
I got him because I think.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the reason I ask is because I'm trying to show you, like, Daniel Dubois at 12 to 14 fights is ranked top 15 on all the sanctioning bodies. Is on the words, the tip of everyone's tongue. Deontay Wilder, someone you're sharing camp with right now, thinks highly of him. He's number 3 in the WBO, so his name is being mentioned with Anthony Joshua. And that happens because he's being pushed that way. And he's also out there actively saying he wants that Joe Joyce fight. So you need to actively be calling out your equal nemesis is what we're trying to say.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm like basically like I said before. I'm not too much of a calling out person type of thing. It's just basically whoever wants it can get it. So yeah, man. I'll just basically leave it as that, man.
Well, let me do it for you. Do you think you can beat Anthony Joshua right now if given the opportunity?
Right now, I will probably need a few more fights for that. To be completely honest, To be
What about
completely
Dillian
honest.
White?
Dillian White. No. You see, that's a fighter that I like, but I haven't really watched too many of his fights. I've only watched a few fights with him when he fought Joshua and when he fought Joseph Parker. So I have to watch a few more fights of his to basically make a decent comment. But I do like that fight because I know he's a fighter's fighter, and I like to fight people like that. So
Michael Hunter.
yeah, man, I'm keen for a fight with him. Haven't seen too much of him as well. So yeah, I guess so.
We gotta get him a guy under the top 15. So I'm thinking like an Alexander Dmitriy, a Jermaine Franklin, who's on Showbox, or a common opponent with Jermaine Franklin, a Cordell Booker, a Nathan Gorman. Those types of names, I think, right? Are those appealing to you at this point or not? No, you're shooting for higher than that.
Nah, man, I'm shooting higher for that. Yeah, man. As soon as you said those names, I kind of checked my face a little. Nah, man. I think there's all fighters. We all basically shoot for the top. But I think what you guys have basically pointed out is that I really need to make my route clear because it's very, 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 very.
All right, I got the perfect name.
It's very, very clear to me that I'm. Go.
I got the perfect name, and you have been hearing about him for a long time internally because of your connection with Deontay Wilder. And Wilder has made it clear that, people don't give this man an opportunity. And it would shoot you up the rankings, I believe, and put you on the map. Luis Ortiz, old enough, coming off 2 knockout losses, but still very dangerous in the eyes of not only hardcore fans, but fight fans, and obviously his counterparts, because no one besides Wilder gives him an opportunity. Is a Luis Ortiz, if Lou could secure, and I mean Lou DeBella, if he could secure a Luis Ortiz fight for you next, are you ready for that, or you need something?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, man. Basically what I said, I am just keen to fight whoever, whenever, whoever, whenever. Luis Ortiz, definitely one of the trickiest fighters in the boxing scene right now, because of the skill and because he's a southpaw as well. But I do think Deontay Wilder, I think in the first fight he exposed a few things in there that I think could be taken care of if basically managed right, and I basically have 100% faith in my coaches. My coaches are very, very good. They're very, very good at breaking down fights and seeing holes and planning traps. So yeah, man. So I think if that fight comes up, I think if any fight comes up, then me and my team will be ready.
Now, watching him have so much success, I mean, basically every media outlet was printing or writing that Ortiz was up 6-0 versus Wilder. Do you still, why does that still give you confidence that you would be able to beat Ortiz when it seemed to be his best opponent his best performance was his last fight?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was a very, very good performance, but I feel the first one was much better. I feel like it was I feel like there were times in that last fight that he switched off mentally, and I think there was a few things that he kind of did wrong, which is something I can't really comment right now because because this is something that me and my coach have been looking at as well. You know, we've been kind of looking at the things that he done wrong, which is something that I can prevent. And basically also something that I can, you know, plan towards if I ever get to fight him. So, yeah, man, I think there were a few things that he done wrong there, which basically was basically what's right when Deontay Wilder knocked him out. So, yeah.
We got some questions from our most loyal supporters, but I have one more before Ness gets to that. Looking at the sanctioning bodies, is there one belt that means more to you? Like, 'cause I know some people say that the WBC means a lot, but I know down there where you're from in that region, the WBO has a lot of influence. So, is there one belt that you're most likely going for over the others?
No, not really, man. I think they all hold equal value to me because they all basically come with their own history and they come with their own price tags as well. So basically, as long as you got a belt, then you basically are blessed with a good amount of opportunity. So yeah. So I'm not really eyeing up a specific belt, but the belt that I want to work towards right now is basically the WBO because that's where I'm ranked right now. Also, I think my team are going to look towards the IBF as well. So, yeah, man, I think those two will be my main ones.
Wow. I'm sorry. When I was talking about Dubois, I did not notice you were ranked number 6 in the WBO. Nice.
Yeah.
Man, you could easily be in a title eliminator in the next couple of days here. I mean, we got Usyk waiting for a shot. There's been
you
rumors.
might be fighting Daniel Dubois.
You might end up fighting Dubois or at least Chisora, one of those guys. But let me give you some of these questions from the public before we let you go. We got CYP in California that wants to ask, is Anthony Joshua a legend, and who would you pick if he faced Wilder versus AJ?
Wilder. AJ has made major moves in the sport. He has done a lot in a short spaced amount of time, I feel, which is like, you know, great for growing the sport towards the public. But I feel like Wilder just hasn't, you know, Wilder's just got that right hand. I don't think Anthony Joshua has the mobility to deal with that the way that Tyson Fury did. Yeah, man, I just see Deontay Wilder winning that one.
All right, we got the next one from Teddy B in the Midwest. Says, what fight are you looking to have in 2020?
A fight between me and Joseph Parker, or a fight between me and Lucas Brown, just because they are the closest ones to me. It's fan friendly for the countries. And they should be easier to make.
All right.
Definitely get the Lucas Brown fight, man. That'd be a good win for you right there. And you
I was going to say that. I like the Lucas Brown. I don't think that Joseph Parker would negotiate with you right now because his name is kind of being mentioned with Usyk. So you're in the rear view. Yeah. I think Lucas is a good fight. We got Carlitos in the UK says, if you ever faced Wilder, would you fear Wilder's punching power, or would you be confident being able to hurt and outbox him?
Would I feel his punching power?
No, would you fear it?
Fear it. Yeah. So there was always going to be that. What's the word? There was always going to be a high amount of caution going towards a Wilder fight, but you can't let that blind you. So, someone's sparring, I basically learned to deal with that. So, so if there was ever going to be a fight coming up, I definitely have to be very aware of the right hand, but like I said before, me and my coaches are very, very good at breaking down fights. So, trusting them and them telling me what to do and then me doing it, I feel like that we'll put together a great hand just to basically eliminate that right hand. Yeah, so if that fight ever comes up, I'll be prepared.
All right, we got the next one from Rue in the 504, which is New Orleans. Says, any plans on taking on one of the guys ranked ahead of you in the WBO rankings? So ahead of you was number 5. Great fight. That would be that would put you on the map. Andy Ruiz Jr. Then you have Adam Koronaki, who's busy. Daniel Dubois, who's available. Joseph Parker available. Alexander Usyk, and obviously champion AJ.
Yeah. Yep. Anyone.
All right.
Any one of them.
Steve in Chicago, what are your goals for 2020?
2020 is just to improve and to win a big fight. You know, I definitely want like a big fight this year. Like, you know, I felt like last year was a bit of a slow year. Even the year before was a little bit slow. So I am ready for a bigger fight this year, and I want to win it, and I want to win it against a big name.
All right. Lidge Low in Decatur, Georgia says, do you forgive fighters that test positive on illegal supplements more than once? I guess Povetkin, Big Baby.
More than once.
Yeah, Povetkin popped multiple times. Big Baby's popped multiple times. A few guys have popped now multiple times. What's your stance?
Yeah, my stance on that is just, if they feel like if they feel like they have to do that, I think they're on the wrong sport, man. You know, this isn't like, you know, this isn't a game. You know, we are in a big hurting business. But I do understand why they do it, because of the money, and like, you know, because of the fear of, you know, losing a big paycheck. Yeah. So do I forgive them? Yeah, of course. You know, it's just basically not my place to judge. But that's something that I can't really understand. You know, I don't understand how people can do that when we are in a dangerous sport as it is, to basically put something in your body that can potentially hurt and, like, you know, really damage the other person. That's basically unfair. You know, I don't understand that.
All right. We have Stainless in Detroit, who we're going to give a shout out to because obviously you've answered this question. He says, a lot of good fights around your WBO rankings. Ruiz Jr., Koronaki, Dubois. Any plans on fighting these guys in 2020? You've already answered, but I want to obviously thank him for putting in his question. We have Big Nick in the UK that says, big up, champ. It's good New Zealand has 2 top 10 ranked fighters. I think you sparred or fought AJ some years back. How do you rate AJ's strength and power?
Yes, I did. I did work with him back in the amateurs from 2011 to 2013. I've never fought him before, but I didn't have to fight him to basically feel that he has a lot of strength and he has a lot of power. So yeah, man, he is definitely a big puncher. He was the biggest puncher that I've ever been in the ring with until I went in the ring with Deontay Wilder. So yeah, so not as big as Deontay Wilder, but he is a very big puncher himself as well. So yeah, man, two big dogs that can fight and they can punch.
All right, we have last one in New Orleans from NO that says, who do you think is the most dangerous opponent that you could possibly face out of Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, Joseph Parker, Big Baby Miller, Adam Koronaki, F.A. Ajagba, and Joe Joyce? So out of that list of fighters, who's the most dangerous fighter for you?
For me? I think the one that stands out has to be Ortiz. You know, that experience and that skill set is there. I'm not sure how dangerous he will basically continue to be because of his age. You know, age does catch up. So right now I feel like he is a name that kind of stands out in terms of skill and danger. But also someone else to look out for are the younger ones, you know, like you know, Parker. Parker's proven to be dangerous throughout the whole fight. You know, you can't really sleep on Parker because even though he got dropped by White a couple times in this fight, he came back on the last round and dropped White as well, which is, you know, crazy. So yeah, man, I think someone like Parker holds a lot of danger in a fight because you can't switch up on him. So yeah, I'd say Ortiz and I'll say Parker.
Who would you say on that list is the most vulnerable?
Man, I think we're all fighters.
I mean, before you answer,
and like, you know, I can't
listen. Before you answer, Luis Ortiz has been stopped twice. The word on the street of Joe Joyce is that he's slow. Dillian White has been dropped twice in the 12th round. Joseph Parker obviously has 2 losses now, right? Or is it no? It's just yes, 2. With Dillian and
yes,
Anthony.
2. And one of those knockdowns was due to an elbow.
Adam Kovnacki just went. You know, I love him. He's my friend. I hope he takes no offense to this, but people seen him go life and death with Areola, who we thought was past his prime. F.A. Ajagba just got dropped by Kalides, a guy that a lot of people have knocked out, including Michael Hunter and others. And that's it. Just giving you some back information, just in case.
Yeah, I think everyone's got their weaknesses, you know, of course. You know, there is no complete fighter. Although every fighter claims to be one, there is no 100% complete fighter. So we all have our weaknesses. But I think I think this might sound a bit contradictory because I said that he is the best name on there, but I think Ortiz, only because of his age, you know, only because of age, because of the others, they're all young, they're all improving. Ortiz, I think he's definitely reached the top of the mountain in terms of his physical ability. I think he's peaked, and I think
he comes down
on the way down. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think he is the most vulnerable. You know, I think in his next 3 fights, I think he will start to show his age.
Man, so you got to get on the phone with Lou, man. You don't want to let that slip through your fingers. You have someone else like Gerald Washington or Charles Martin take him out, and that could have been your very successful win. Listen, Junior Fi, you have said all the right things. You definitely know what to say, which means it's coming from the heart. We appreciate you giving us the time to talk to you and get you on the program in front of our audience. Not only that, but answer the people's questions, showing that you're a true people's champ already. We appreciate your time. If you want to give out any social media at this time so that anyone crazy enough not to be following you can do so, please do that. And thank you again for the time. And yeah, man, keep your hands up with the champ, man. Hopefully we get to see you. Actually, me and my co-host. You said you're going to be there for a month, so we'll definitely get to meet you. Me and my co-host will be there first week of February.
All right, perfect, man. I'll definitely still be here. Hey, thank you guys so much for the love that you've shown me. For my followers out there, thanks so much for supporting. If you're not following, follow me on Instagram at Junior Far Boxer. Thank you for the support, guys, and I'm looking forward to a great 2020.
All right, and we're looking forward to you making that splash. Thank you once again for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Junior Fa, heavyweight contender for sure at number 6 in the WBO. Damn, that crept up on me. I hate looking like a weirdo. I should have known that. I can't believe I didn't see that.
I had no idea he was number 6 in the WBO.
Me neither. That's right behind
I should have known,
Andy
though,
Ruiz.
Because what dude named that Dubois just fought?
Kujimoto?
Hey, Dubois, I go to beach.
Yeah, Kujimoto.
Yeah, what he ranked like the fucking top 10 too?
But he was like number 10 or 11
All right, then,
in WBA though.
WBA, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know
they
how.
get the WBA.
Who did Fa beat to get up there? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Who did Dubois beat to get where he's
He just
at?
beat Vargas. Vargas coming off a big
Who
win
Vargas?
over Bisbal.
Who beat Vargas?
He beat Fa, his last fight.
Oh, Fa beat Vargas.
Yeah.
Word. That yo.
Shut him
Listen, 220. 2020, excuse me, 2020. I'm thinking wait. 2020. He gonna make that mark. Listen though, bruh, what you think happens though? Cause he's ranked high, right? So Lou ain't stupid. Let me go to these rankings. Lou ain't gonna make that Ortiz fight. Ortiz is number 5 in the WBC. He ain't even in the WBO. He ain't even in the IBF, and he ain't even in the WBA. Oh, he is. He's number 4 in the WBA. Okay.
Yeah, he gonna fight. I think he gonna fight in the WBA, and then when it get to a point, he gonna have to fight a title eliminator because they gonna call for like him versus Fa. I mean, I think he's just gonna keep on fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like
no. Those rankings I give you are for Luis Ortiz.
I know.
But you think WBO 5 number 6 is gonna rather pick from the WBA litter?
No.
I thought that's what I heard.
Who's over in the WBO
and
just buy his time till he get to a position where he can get in a eliminator and for a title. That's what's gonna happen. So his toughest fight might end up being maybe Joseph Parker might get him in an eliminator if Joseph loses. You know what I'm saying? Joseph builds his way back up. A Usyk fight. Or Chisora might get him a fight eliminator. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna buy his time because he's still learning, still grafting, and still getting better.
What do you think? Because we know Eddie sent a 7-figure offer to Andy, and we know that he
and Jamal. Like, make that be known too, man. Because I'm nigga.
Listen, and we know today before he got on his plane, he said he sent an improved offer to Andy. We see Andy training, and I reached out to someone who I seen him training with. I'm gonna keep that on the wraps till they hit me back. And I'm wondering, is Andy fighting Junior Fa or is he fighting Dillian White? Yeah, because if you lose, you can make that fight.
Nah, you can.
And Junior Fa said March.
You can't offer Andy what Eddie can though.
Exactly, but does Andy want a top 3 opponent, or does Andy want a tune-up?
Do I want that bread?
Bruh,
the bread gonna be
that bread gonna be there. That bread gonna be there. No, it ain't.
Be different
not coming off an undefeated win from a up and coming contender. You
think Luke can offer motherfucking Andy what Eddie can?
No, see, you're wrong. You think it's Lou doing it for Fa. Fa is he's the tune up for Andy. It's Al calling Lou.
We just had Fa home, man. Come on, bro.
I'm just keeping it real. Listen, think about it. If he fighting in March and Andy's training right now, just hypothetically, Mike,
that's a stretch, man.
Hypothetically, if the Dillian White fight don't work, who's Andy training for?
I'm gonna go from fighting on a nice platform to fighting on UFC Fight Pass. What's going on?
What the hell, bro? You're not listening to what I'm saying. Al Heyman is calling Lou to get Junior Fa.
Okay.
He's Al Heyman is giving Andy Ruiz a March date. Al Heyman is calling Lou. Can I use your undefeated dude that ain't been in the ring with nobody as of now? And for Junior Fa, that's a great fight. I just told him that makes you worldwide known. And for Andy, it's also like, yo, my advisor's treating me good. He ain't throwing me back into the wolf. Yes, the Dillian White money might be great, but I bet you that Dillian White money's still there if he come off an undefeated win. Come on, bro.
I think Fa would rather want Ortiz. I know Andy got a good name and coming off the win, but like I don't know.
You know what's one element you missing? He might. We forgot to ask him, but he might be dying for the fight secretly because he could do
beat Parker.
Exactly. The barometer. The barometer. Parker fought him already. That's the barometer.
Good point. I was thinking about that too.
Because look,
he be parking like 4 times in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So again, let's take Dylan off the table, right? Let's say Andy, he a Fashion Nova partner now. You know what I'm saying? His truck open both way, the doors open both ways now. Like, he don't want the revised offer Eddie sent. He wants a tune-up. It ain't Junior 5. That whole story out the window. He just want a tune-up from his advisor. Who the fuck is he training for? Because he training hard. He's training hard. He's in the gym. He's sweating. He gonna lose the weight.
Who he with, though?
What you mean?
With Manny? He back with Manny? Have you seen him with Manny?
I ain't seen him with Manny. I seen him with someone that could tell us something.
Himself again.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm trying to wait. Let me check my messages because I don't want. That's a show. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. So let me just ask you this: is it a trainer or is it somebody new we don't know?
Bro, if I tell you, we're gonna have people going stalking trying to find my answers.
All
man.
right. I
I'm
don't want to see Andy back training himself and shit. Cause I seen him on the treadmill and shit running. I seen him, old man, riding around. You know what I'm saying, doing his thing. Big ups to Andy. You know what I'm saying, living life, bro. I gotta admit, you know what I'm saying, watching his IG now is nice. You know what I'm saying. Had the Gucci on the other day with the Gucci shoes and shit. Like, look at Andy out here. Andy out here living life, man. I love it, man.
Yo, then the poses. It's the poses, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I always.
Yo, he got the look, and he like Fashion Nova partner.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm out here doing my shit, man. You feel me?
Yo, they gave him hella. Yo, that truck that he got. That let me go to his IG. That truck crazy. I don't even know what it is yet. I can't figure it out. But the doors open like a Phantom. And if that's a Phantom and not a truck, goddamn, that shit sitting high. But yeah, you seen that, right? That's that's like boom. If I could get him to confirm, I'm telling you, that's crazy. But let me get to some boomerangs. We got J Mac. Boomerang, talk to me.
Yo.
All
right. That was a good interview. I was questioning him at first when he said he wasn't ready for Anthony Joshua, but he ready for Ortiz. But I think he said later on in the interview that he'll pick on Ortiz because of his age. Well, it sounded funny to me because I thought Ortiz would be the harder fight for him than Anthony Joshua. But like I said, man, I ain't got too much on it. Shit, I'm just looking forward to the after show because I want all the smoke.
Smokey Robinson, this motherfucker.
Boomerang, CYP.
CYP.
Shit, Smokey Balboa up in this motherfucker. Hey, but listen. Hey, was it yesterday? Probably was. I never get mad at other YouTubers, man. Never. But this shit pissed me off, yo. Like, Blue Blood heard the fucking interview, talked about it on his goddamn show, used Brian Banks' actual words, but didn't say where he got the shit from. Like, I don't like that, yo. Like, that ain't cool. You know me, I usually stay away from YouTubers beef. I don't do that. But you don't listen to somebody's show. I hope you're listening now. You don't listen to somebody's show, listen to their interviews, and then put a whole show on for you, and don't say where you got it from. Because when ESPN reports something, your ass say ESPN reported. Matchroom reported. So give TDV its credit. They out here working hard. I hope you listening, because that shit is cowardly. I don't like that. Things of this nature. Why don't you come up with a new goddamn word? Things of this nature. That's all you have to say. Now that shit ain't cool with me. I'm gonna let that go. But on the real though, it ain't TVB for life, but it's TVB with strife. So you piss me off, I'm coming for you. CYP out.
Yeah, man. I always try to give like the proper credit. Like I think every time I bring something up, I always say where it comes from. Like,
Yeah,
whether
I
it be a
think
YouTuber
I'm pretty sure
or a boxing
today.
scene.
I'm pretty sure today we even said talk box with Michael Woods, and you was like
Yeah.
Woodsy.
Woodsy,
But
yeah,
I'm
Woodsy.
gonna say this: Blue Blood is actually real cool with me. So I mean, not real cool in the sense where we text, because we don't text at all. But when we see each other, it's super fly, and I think he's a very hard worker. He's you know, he's fighting a good fight. I think he's allowed to maybe forget, you know, like all of us, bro. Listen, YouTube it ain't what it is.
Consuming, my nigga.
It ain't what it is, man. So, you know, it takes a lot of work to do this shit and a lot of time. So, Hopefully it's just something that slipped up. Not only that though, but a guy like Michael Benson used the quote. I did see that he used the quote. He did put the credit, but then so many people follow him that they might reuse the quote and not Sources. So maybe Blue didn't hear the show and seen Benson, because a lot of people use Benson.
Michael Woods right for
Ring TV.
Nah. I mean, not Michael Benson.
He writes for Sporting News or
Talk Sport.
Actually, Talk Sports, the UK
I saw that.
radio.
I said, damn, Michael Benson writes for Talk Sport? Okay. I sent an article the other day by him.
All right, so let's go to Gatho. Talk to me.
Yo, I don't want to mess up the show, man. I can't even find my headphones right now, dog.
You sound good, though.
Sound fine.
So it's up to you.
Oh, okay. Shit, I ain't got much to say though, man. It was just great interviews. Y'all been rocking out, doing that shit. I would like to see him try to get that Joseph Parker fight, but I don't know, man. Like y'all said, Joseph Parker ain't really checking for dude. If he could get that Ruiz fight, maybe that'd be nice. But you said Ruiz is training for who?
We don't know. It could be Dillian White since he getting revised offers from him.
Yeah, man, it's tough to turn down millions of dollars.
All right, and you said something about he training hard. How you know he training hard? I thought he was training hard last time.
Nah, man. I mean, he posting. He posting and he sweaty. He working. I see him working, and it is a little bit more, man. It's a little bit more, man. Like I'm just trying to, I like to like we just said, I like to have sources and sources that I can mention, not just say my people. So like I'm waiting for the reply.
For the clarification and all that.
I'm just waiting. Like I seen the dude, but thank you for calling in. I seen the dude. Most people can't, most people don't know people, man. Like the faces, they're not good with faces. I'm amazing with faces, bro. So I seen him. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hit him up quickly. But he ain't answering me back. Obviously, he's West Coast, man. Not everybody CYP, man. Only me and CYP up all fucking day, bro. You gotta get the money, man.
Goddamn CYP be up at crack of dawn.
Bro, I can't believe from California. He don't miss a show.
I'm watching the goddamn.
But that's how it's supposed to be. Look, if you in California, you should be out your bed at 6 a.m. That's retarded already. Come on, let's go. Get to work and make the bacon, man. Or turkey bacon, however you look at it.
I sure get a little Instagram, the boxing voice.
Yeah, bro, I'll be up, man. I got to, man. Listen, we gotta take over the world, man. We trying to do this this whole Howard Stern boxing thing over here. We going to Majid, Florida. Talk to me.
Yo, Majid, what up?
Just listening at work, champ. Going once, twice, no problem. We got Stunner in New Jersey. Talk to us.
Yo, what's good, TBV? Shout out to y'all for that terrific interview.
Love Stunner.
What's up, Mike? As far as the interview, something that you said that I wasn't even aware of, but I picked it up. So you said in amateurs, Junior Fall and Joseph Parker, because I remember they have a rivalry. But you're saying that their rivalry, Junior Fall beat Parker 4 times, and Parker hasn't beat him yet?
I believe so. Like I believe that's what I read. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't want to steal too much of your call, but that don't matter. Lucas Matisse beat Maidana 4 times, and we all seen who ended up being a better fighter.
No, I only say that to say this. Now, when you read those WBA rankings, did you say that Joseph Parker was ahead of Junior Fall too?
No, he's behind.
Joseph is ahead of Junior Fall.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like Junior Fall should pursue the Parker fight because I just saw a Boxing Scene article where Joseph Parker's team is saying they don't believe the Usyk fight's going to happen. We know that Chisora, he's even ranked behind Parker.
Cut it.
I mean, for Parker, if he can't get the Usyk fight, and Chisora doesn't get the Usyk fight, he wants the Chisora fight. He already had that. That's UK pay-per-view. You got to understand that they're not going to look at Junior Fa just yet because he only brings New Zealand pay-per-view. And Joseph already brings that. So it ain't like, oh, now I'm fighting Junior 5. We about to do 2 million in New Zealand. You know what I mean? So they need something that's going to bubble in multiple markets. So if Joseph fights a Derek, it's pay-per-view in New Zealand, it's pay-per-view in the UK, plus they get the US rights streams from Dazn money. You know what I mean?
But how much better of a career did Maidana actually have
Bruh,
than Lucas Matisse?
I'll tell you. Maidana be off top Josecito Lopez, who we begging to fight a top welterweight right now. He knocked him out. He knocked him out. Maidana, you know,
he lost to motherfucker Amir Khan though, man. That's a
bad
loss.
Yeah. Not a bad loss.
Come on, man.
Not that Amir Khan. Not that Amir Khan. That wasn't that one loss Amir Khan?
That was knocked out Amir Khan.
Yeah,
already.
one loss though. One loss, right? All right, so
Yeah.
here's the backstory that you didn't know. You know, you met Amir Khan as that guy already, right? So like,
well, he lost a big post too.
Amir Khan got knocked out to British Prescott, and then the rebuild began, and that began with under the tutelage of Freddie Roach. So on that comeback, Amir looked good. And he got a win before some of these welterweights now, like a Danny Garcia, right? Who has a Paulie Malignaggi win. Well, you know, Amir did that many years ago, you know, before Danny. Amir beat Marcos Maidana before Floyd many moons ago when Maidana was coming off the biggest win of his career, undefeated Victor Ortiz in a fucking Fight of the Year candidate. Probably did get one awards for Fight of the Year because they both went down 3 times and then Maidana made Victor quit. That was the first time. See, because that's the thing. In retrospect, it's like, man, this nigga talking about fucking Amir Khan, that chinny. Man, he talking about Victor, he a quitter. But that's now. Yeah. Back then, Lamont Peterson and Victor Ortiz fought to a draw that was a barn burner. You know
and
what I mean?
My nigga Matisse knocked out Lamont Peterson.
Exactly. I'm telling you, back then, that's what I'm saying. Like, these new Crawford fans, y'all just came. So, like, y'all don't know. So, y'all like, yo, Bud undisputed. Yes. But that 140 back then was dangerous. It was nothing. Listen, Bradley was at 140. Khan was at 140. Devin was at 140. Undefeated. These names is undefeated except for Amir Khan. Maidana, but he moved. Maidana, don't put Maidana in there. Danny at 140. Lamont Peterson, his first loss was to Bradley, so undefeated too. You know what I mean? Like, it was just mad. All these guys now, just look at it like that. Everybody who's
Lucas got a nice little resume. He got DeMarcus Corley on that bitch. He lost to Zab Judah. He lost to Devin Alexander, but he got
the Zab Judah. See, you had to, like, people. We thought he won that. We thought we.
Oh, okay. Then.
Actually, so wait, no. I think it's the Devin fight we thought he won. He lost the Zab fight, or vice versa, man. Look, it's hard to remember, but I watched both of them live. Devin and Matisse.
Providing a cop on his resume.
Yeah, Devin did fight Matisse. That's another thing. Devin also fight Matisse, right?
Yeah.
See, people don't respect Devin no more, and that's what. It took me a long time to learn that, man. It took me a long time to, like, get off that calling a fighter, but I guess it took me to get in the ring, honestly, man. Porter punching me in the face is what taught me I can't be calling dudes buns, because, like, right now people will look at, like, Devin and you know, man, it's a 2-time champ, and yo, he was fighting them dudes, man. He on a lot of people's resume, man. Even a guy like Peter Petrov, I give him respect too, man. Good fighter, good inside fighter, you know, not a world beater. But in terms of Maidana's resume, right? Let's see what he got here that sticks out.
I'm trying to think what stick out. The Broncos stick out for sure.
Yeah, that was a big win. Upset win too.
That was fight, right?
That was AJ. That was AJ versus Ruiz, because that was supposed to be pay-per-view too.
It was.
What? They was testing them waters, and then last minute Schaefer pulled it back. Last minute, bruh. And let me tell you, Broner, man, you know, it's just, man, He never, bro. All he had to do was win that one fight, and you know he was fighting Floyd. No matter how much, bro. Who fought Floyd next? And they
I know, but
they had to
they
pay.
Made it seem like
they had
it
to
was
pay.
big brother, little brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah, because he whooped his ass. And they had to pay Broner 1.5 to let Floyd whoop his ass. Because Broner had a rematch clause. Yeah. Yo, Floyd's such a genius. And this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all like, hold on. Let me finish the story. Floyd's such a genius. And I be telling y'all, yo, when you want something, you got to pay. You like, yo, I ain't giving this. Floyd gave Broner 1.5 and then told Maidana, here, another 1.5. Nigga, you wearing the gloves. I tell you, you ain't wearing no Mexican gloves. Fuck out of here. $3 million, not even purse. Just $3 million to get shit nice and smooth. But y'all over here crying about a couple mil when he turned that 3 that he invested into how much off them 2 pay-per-views. But y'all don't get it, man. That saying is old. You got to spend money to make money, man. You got to spend.
Bruh, how the fuck if you Broner, you take 1.5? I'm like, the rematch with Maidana could set me up.
Did you see his chin?
Yes.
Listen, what did we just had a trainer on right now that said no. Matter of fact, it was Barry Hunter. He said, yeah, I want the rematch, but 4 months from now. What you think that same trainer who was in the same corner with Mike Stafford is gonna be saying? Like, nah, Broner, bro, you seen the way he walked out like this with 2 bodyguards damn near dragging him because he couldn't walk. Listen, and I respect him because in that fight, and that's what I'm saying. I respect him more. I respect him more than most fans.
He bit down.
And he got mad at me, but like I respect him more than most fans because he bit down, and that's twice. He showed me in the 12th round he could bite down versus Maidana where he suffered crazy adversity. Crazy. Not only did he get knocked down, he was embarrassed. Maidana humped him. He humped his ass, nigga. He said, who fucking who now? Huh? So he turned that around. He started fighting, man. You don't know what that fight would have looked like if it was a 15-rounder. Broner came on. He came on. So then he came on again in the Porter fight. And the saddest part is that he's going down like the Dominican John Guzman. There's a dude that loses fights in camp. They don't lose them in the ring. They lose them in camp.
Yeah.
Lose them in camp, man.
Now he losing because he ain't punching.
Yeah, man, nah. Now he on Instagram talking about, yo, send me $10. Bruh, I wonder if he's...
Come on, bro.
You're not. Forget he playing, because what you ain't understanding. What if he allowing someone else to put that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fuck it, put it on my shit. Whatever they send you, you can keep it. Because that shit said about billions, a bunch of numbers. It's like, damn, how many about billions accounts and cash apps you got, champ? And like, damn, bro. Like, because believe me, there's people that will send him $10, bruh. Amir Khan jumped in the comments like, yo, champ, if you really need something, DM me, I got you.
Man, what the fuck Amir Khan talking about, man?
What you mean? He got money, and if
I know, but man, Amir must have been, man, he playing, bro.
No, he not. Listen.
He done did it on more than one occasion, bro.
Oh, you talking about Broner playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Amir Khan, listen, you got to remember.
Shit on people thing. Hey, man, I love everybody, but if you really love me, my cash app, know what I'm saying? I see that shit all the time. People, that's how people play, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't serious.
All I'm saying is,
chill out, man.
All I'm saying is I contemplated. I said, yo, what if Broner want people to send him $10 and he turn around and send you $100? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like just seeing who really fuck with him.
Maybe.
Ooh, yeah, right, Mike.
He might send you $1,000. Yeah. Hold on, we got some super chats coming in from Jonathan Wilderding. Big Baby needs to fight someone with no footwork. Okay. Andre Diakonu comes with one. Hope Baby getting paid right. A lot of top dogs in that pot. Bob, Salita, Greg, plus Jay Prince. Not a cheap team. Good luck, champ. Brooklyn. Stand up.
Yo, but listen. Let me tell you something I learned a long time ago, man. Rather a percent of something, right, than a whole lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could be Big Baby and say, fuck it. Me and Greg and Salita gonna get it done on Showbox. Because that's where Salita at.
Yeah.
We gonna get it done on Showbox. With that budget, we gonna get the Adam Kovnacki fight. We gonna get. No, you not.
You're not.
No,
You
you
get nobody
not.
over there.
So
you gonna get right there, Booker.
You could bring in James Prince and say, listen, bruh, I'll bring you in. What you talking about? Well, I'm talking about getting you. You know, we gotta get your name right first. Once we clean that up, then we gonna start getting you X amount of million per fight. We gonna work you up to that, all right, champ? All right.
You gotta sit down with Mark Krieger, you know what I'm saying? Tell your story.
And not only that, listen, Big Baby also, no matter what people say, the way heavyweights is booming, he's a commodity. Like, I would have sat down, you know, and I'm hoping he sat down. And I'm like, yo, this is what I want after that. You know, not before, motherfucker. I'm talking about cut my shit after, cut mines before you cut Salita's and Greg Cohen's. This is what I want to get paid per fight. I don't want to get paid this and then all my percentages come out. So however you work out my purse, make sure I'm at least making this and then they getting their shit. You know what I mean? A mandatory minimum like a lot of fighters have, man. A lot of fighters have that shit.
Super chat coming in from Marlo. So I see, I know you already said it, but we're going to read it again. Shaking my head, but you got me back right. Appreciate it. Mr. CYP coming in with one. Better pray Ness never turn off the live chat. We'll never do that. And we got one coming in from Clifford Fetus. Maidana Honor Garcia was much better after Khan. F.
What? Say that again?
Maidana Honor Garcia was much better than Khan. I don't understand that.
Me neither. Let me look at that shit. We got Stainless Boomerang.
Yo, I knew that was gonna be a good interview. That's why I was gonna wait. But you know, CYP brought something to my attention too, and Stonebone had as well, man. It is a lot of y'all other YouTube podcasters who do listen to this show. I mean, we all know that. So since you listening now, man, that was real disrespectful and vulgar, that shit y'all said about Clarissa Shields. And as black men, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves for talking about our black women like that. You do know that black women.
Whoa. I ain't, what was said, Stainless?
Man, they was talking.
I came at Steve Kim for being disrespectful.
You have to go to Stone Bone for that link, man. I don't have it personally.
Man, that shit all over. That shit all over Stone Bone Instagram.
Okay,
that's vulgar ass shit, and y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, man. Ashamed. Like, that don't make no sense. If you don't like her boxing, you don't like her boxing. If you disagree with how she is sometimes as a person, that's cool. But there's no reason for you to demean or talk that wickedly about any other black woman who's a representation of us black men. You should be ashamed of yourselves. As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. Except to y'all, especially y'all shoplifting ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Champ. Yo, actually, I'm working on a new Clarissa show, man. Lot of stuff. Obviously, you know, we could do a formal Layla Clarissa show, and I'm working on something else. I know you've seen it, right? Man, I hope we could get that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
That'd be
but
right.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to do that show, man. Like I was telling the guys, man. I'm behind this shit, bro. Like Layla Ali, Clarissa Shields, if they serious about making it, Eddie serious about tweeting it out. You know what I'm saying? Like even before the Eddie tweet, I was telling you guys, like, man, we got to get behind this shit because it could be a big fight for the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, men always get their big fight, but when the last time it was a true super women's boxing match? Has it ever been one?
A true super match? I don't, you know.
I'm talking about where these women can do possibly from 500,000 to $1 billion buys.
I mean, I don't know, bro. That's a bit ambitious, man.
I don't think it's that ambitious when you got mainstream media behind it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, and hopefully, but we gotta remember, man. She's doing like 300,000 views, so
she ain't fight Layla Ali either.
I hear you. All I'm saying is, Wilder was doing close to 2 million, and then got 300,000. So all I'm saying is she needs a bigger reach. This is a network fight, and listen, again, let's work on it, baby. I don't like giving out. I don't like giving out info, man, until we on that specific show. We got 7 in Cali. All right, just listening and working, man. Yeah, I just want to reiterate what I always say, man, and shout out to everybody that's using the show during their work days, work weeks, work outs, walks, bike rides, fucking plane rides, commuting, wherever. Appreciate it. Happy that you choose us to listen to, right? Plenty of stuff you can listen to, man. Plenty of stuff. So we definitely appreciate your time as much as we appreciate our guests that we get for you. We have that Clifford Feeder super chat.
These niggas clowns, man. Niggas just want to do that shit for shock value, bro.
Let me.
I'm glad I ain't pay that shit no mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Clifford Feeder super chat is I get it. See, because you had to live through that era. Maidana under Garcia, which was much better after Khan.
Robert Garcia.
Yes.
God damn it,
because
Mike.
that's what I'm telling you. After he lost to Khan, he contemplated, and that's why Robert is one of those dudes that's proven, like your man. Don't say it, because I don't want people to think I'm disrespecting.
I think Robert shit a little bit
Brian
more proven.
McIntyre, man.
Yeah,
when you
he's
could bring
more
a
proven than
dude back
Brian.
from losses to champion status, that shows your skill as a trainer, you know what I mean? And not everybody can do that, you know what I mean? And a lot of people act like they did it or can do it because their fight is popular, but it's different, rebuilding someone. And that's what Robert did with Maidana, bro. That's why when the whole rumor was coming that he was coming back and it was like, I don't see Robert did, it's like, But I think that's everyone. We did we get the Stone Bone today? We got the Stone Bone today.
Yeah, we got Stone Bone. CYP got a third one.
CYP did not get his third one.
All right, close it out.
Did not. So CYP, what it do?
Great show. After show about to start, man. I ain't really no promoter on nothing. I just speak my mind, yo. But I'm sick of this shit. We give y'all opportunities. Let's give y'all opportunities. You sitting in that chat, you doing all this typing, and you religious with it. It's like a cult following. You do it every day. As a grown ass man, we giving you an opportunity to bring that type to Skype. Because you can type it, you can Skype it. Don't be afraid. I can't throw a virtual punch at you in the after show and knock your little coward ass out. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Call into the Skype, get in, clown all them dudes that you be clowning, clown them live. All that stuff you be typing, type it live. Don't say you ain't got time, because if this show right here ran on for another hour, you stay on. So stop acting like you ain't got the time. Because I got time today, cuz. CYP out.
All right, we got one more.
Did we get the stainless twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, don't we? Big ups to everybody in the chat.
With a form, 4 Gianos on my feet, and the paint look wet. Every corner that we been, there's another broke neck. Rolling through the city, swag game on full flex. I know you see.
Intrigue, what up, homie?
What up, man? I was really just listening, but man, good shuffle. Like,
say what?
I said I really was just listening. I came in a little late, so I didn't catch the whole show. I'm gonna have to go back and rewind. I was just listening, but what I heard, good show, man.
All right, brother.
Like always.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you for calling in. Ladies and gents, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. We should be back with some more. Remember, we're waiting on responses. We should have a possible evening show tonight with Steven Espinoza.
President of Sports and Entertainment over at Showtime.
And if not tonight, that one will possibly be tomorrow morning, is what I'm being told.
Also, possibly be coming back with that Clarissa and Layla Ali show, and also got another Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? So Ness over there got some things percolating. So we'll see how that plays out.
When is that Andre fight, Mike?
Thursday.
Of
next week.
All right, man. That's GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. You can follow me on YouTube at Mike on Sports. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.